Good morning, happy Wednesday. So I'm in the car on the way to school. We have a late start today. So Caitlin is sleeping in and she's going to take the other car. This poor car has been outside for a very long time and the doors were frozen on it. And I just got the door to close. I was going down my gravel and I'm like, my door is not closed all the way. I can feel air coming in and it says door ajar. I'm like, crud. So I repeatedly opened and shut, opened and shut, opened and shut the door until I finally slammed it hard enough that it closed all the way. My goodness. Yikes. Super fun day. It is -1 degrees outside. It's -1. Yeah. Think about that for a second. Below freezing. So I'm about to go to the highway in just a minute. So I will say goodbye then. But I'm gonna get things done this morning. Like I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit behind my desk because it is a hot mess. I have game activity things that I need to cut out cards for. I got one set of them done last night for a Flip It game. It's a Reagan Tunstall thing for math. And I will show you that because I have 12 sets of game cards and I have the mats made already. I just need to put the mats in sleeves. But I have coin wars that I need to cut out a bajillion cards for. So I will probably be working on that a little bit here and there. I'm not gonna sit there and do all of them because there are like 12 sheets of cards 12 times over because each partnership needs a set of cards. Because what they do is they compare their cards and whoever has more or less, depending on how you play it, gets to keep the cards. So you need a lot of cards, but I'll cut some of them out today and probably some of them tomorrow and over the weekend because it's not scheduled to be used until next week anyway. Okay, I am on the highway, zippity zip. And I'm sure the defroster is a lovely background noise. So I am going to say goodbye for now and I will chat with you when I get to school. Hello again, I made it here safely. The driver's side window was fogged over the entire time and it just got worse. So when I went to park or if I tried to turn left, I was kind of like, I don't think there's anybody there. It was a little nerve-wracking. And then I could not get my door to shut when I got out of the car. So I was like, slam, slam, slam. Finally, like 5 times. After the 5th time, I finally got it to stay closed. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's something frozen in there or something's messed up, obviously. Okay, so I just unloaded all my stuff and it is the 100th day today. I'm gonna do just a couple little things, especially now that we have 2 less hours of school. We're gonna do the big hoopla on the 102nd day, which will be Friday, so yay. And it's gonna be 102 Dalmatians kind of a thing. So, you know, I'm gonna pull out all the stops for that. Well, not all the stops because it is Friday. Early release, we have an hour less of school, plus we have an assembly that day, so that takes a little time too. Anyway, so be looking forward to that. I thought I would show you my outfit and then I'm gonna go eat my breakfast because I just heated it. I'm the only one up here. So I've got a long sleeve, sparkly gray shirt on, a sweater that I've worn before, some leggings that have snowflakes on them, a headband from Amazon, a ring from, I think, Maurice's, and I'm wearing my awesome Yode watch. Okay, I'm gonna back up so you can see my outfit and then I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. And I think I hear people in the hallways. Yay. This sweater is one that I got from Target. It's a little shorter in the back. And then here are my leggings. And my boots. Because I want it to be warm. Warm, warm, warm. Okay, I'm gonna grab my breakfast out. I'm gonna go see what's up in the hallway with my peeps. And then, I didn't show you this yesterday, but oh, my husband did a really good job. This plug was bent to all get out. It wasn't quite at a 90 degree, but it was probably at a 45 degree angle. I'm like, how the heck did they do that? I could not physically move it myself. So I need to see if it still works. Grab an iPad and plug it in and see if it'll work. These are those nice headphones that got donated to us by a civic group. So I don't want to be out another pair of headphones. Okay, I'm gonna get to work and I'll talk to you later. It is lunchtime and there were hamburgers left over in the kitchen, so I just grabbed one because I didn't feel like heating up a whole microwave meal. I've revamped my lesson plans a little bit to accommodate the 2-hour less time with kids. I was going to do penguins today with our Scholastic News and then start penguin writing, but don't have time for that today. So I thought, let's just do the Groundhog Day one, because I was going to do it Monday and I thought that's after Groundhog Day. Let's go ahead and talk about it today. We're going to do our prediction, whether we think the groundhog will see his shadow. So when I take the kids to art after lunch today, get some of the bulletin board paper, probably brown, and make a chart, a graph. Wow. This was not hard, but apparently speaking is hard. I showed you a little bit of video of the 100th day snack. It was just like the heads and tails sandwich cookies. It's vanilla on one side, chocolate on the other, and then the fudge sticks, the Keebler fudge sticks to make 100. That was our big celebration for today. Plus we did 100 things we've been told 100 times. And so I use this as a quotation marks lesson to tie in a standard. And I told the instructional coach, who's like, oh, that's a great idea. So on the first page, I had them write 3 things that they've been told 100 times at school. And on the second page with the different lines, I had them write 3 things they've been told 100 times at home. And then before we went to lunch, I had them share. And it was interesting what they've been told. I gave them a whole bunch of examples on the board. I said, I'm sure you've probably heard pack your things 100 times, or please put your coat on 100 times, or please pick up your stuff 100 times, please line up, all that kind of stuff. And then at home, some of the same things. Time for bed, please get your things together, get ready for school, all that kind of stuff. They did not have any trouble coming up with things at all. And I also had gotten a little activity from a teammate that was different ways to write 100, like in different countries. So it was interesting. There was Arabic and Greek and Chinese. And I don't remember the other ones. There were like 6 different ways to write 100, which was kind of cool. And they're like, what do we do? I said, remember I said, just copy that. Whatever it shows in the dark print, that's what you copy. And that's how you would write 100 in those different languages. And they're like, oh, what do we do when we're done? I've heard that 100 times today, probably. I said, well, when you're finished, how about you flip over your paper and draw 100, like write the number 100 and make a picture out of 100. And they're like, okay. And then we did the things I've heard 100 times, and then we went to lunch. And that's where they are now. And I'll be picking them up in 4 minutes. Woo. So I'm gonna eat my hamburger. And then I'm gonna take them to art. And then I'm going to take them to inside recess. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about Groundhog Day. And I'm gonna get the paper to make the graph, and we'll actually graph it tomorrow on the 101st day. Okay, my alarm just went off to go get the kiddos, so I think I might just take my hamburger with me, maybe, I don't know, or just maybe grab a couple bites and then leave. I think I'm gonna go get a Coke out of the machine because my head is hurting a lot and I think I need the caffeine. So I've got this little pineapple zippy pouch from Yubi at Target, and I just keep my soda money in there so that I have something to draw from. Alrighty, I am going to go and I'll try to catch back up with you in a little bit. Hi, I am headed home. It is about 5 till 4. I did a little bit of stuff before I left today because I knew Caitlin wasn't waiting on me. So I stayed until about 10 till. And I sharpened all of the pencils of the kids that brought their pencil pouches to that. I didn't bother counting them so much because I'm not checking them, I'm just sharpening, because they're like, our pencils are wearing out. I'm like, okay, turn them in today and I'll sharpen them. I will have them turn them in for real on Thursday, and then we'll do that count and everything. And I'm gonna have a cubby clean out because we have lost so much stuff. It's ridiculous. I was just watching Jeremy Michelbook this morning for a little bit, and he was talking about a student who couldn't find his coat, and they had looked like in the lost and found, and they looked all over the place. And eventually they found the coat behind his desk, behind a stack of boxes. And he's like, that didn't just happen. Someone put that there. Not the kid whose coat it was, but someone else in the classroom hid the kid's coat back there. And it's like, okay, today was the 100th day. And I got a little bit of footage of our little snack. I didn't do a lot for the 100th day because, like I said, we're gonna do the big thing on Friday, the 102nd day, because we're in 2nd grade. But I couldn't just let the 100th day go with nothing because it is a something. So we had that little snack, and then, which was more of a treat really. We don't generally have cookies, but I'm like, it's late start, it's a special day, we're gonna do it. Okay, so they had that, they really enjoyed it. And then we did those activities that I talked about, and that was the end of it. That's all I did. I think that everybody except for 2 people finished making the snowman portion of their little folder thing for the solids, liquids, and gases project that we're doing. So that's encouraging. I cut all of them apart that I had today, so I won't have much to do. I think I only have one kid that needs to cut a few things and glue it, and the other kid needs to just glue. And then one kid wasn't there to start it, and I'm just like, I don't even know if I'm gonna have them do the snowman part, because that takes a while. I might just give them the folder part. So I think the important part is the solids, liquids, and gases inside section. So that's what they'll do. And then maybe they can just draw a snowman or something, I don't know, at the end. But they're gonna work on that tomorrow after they've read for AR. It's getting steamy in here. Then I'll let them do that. Sorting items by attribute into 3 categories or more is one of our standards. That's probably not verbatim, but it's very close. So that is what I'm using it for. I'm so tired. Oh gosh. I am headed straight home. I am not going to pass go. I am not going to collect $200. I'm not going to go get anyone out of jail. Headed straight for my door because I am tired. Holy mama, I am so tired. I am feeling like we need to bake something. So I texted Caitlin before I left and I said, hey, I think I want to bake something. And I had found hot cocoa rolls, you know, those break pop open things that scare the bejeebers out of me because you're just waiting for it to explode. I got one of those from the store last time. And I said, hey, why don't you go ahead and start the oven? She's like, okay. The oven will be nice and roasty toasty when I get home, and I'll pop those puppies in. We can have a little treat. For supper, I'm either going to do grilled sandwiches and seasoned fries, or I'm going to do honey battered chicken tenders and seasoned fries. And probably salad, because I don't know. One of the two, because I want to run the oven because it's so stinking cold, man. I don't even know what the temperature is. It's probably like 10 right now. And I think I see snow. Yeah, it's snowing. Well, I'm not going to mount anything. It's going to be a really dry snow too since it's so dang cold. The poor kitties this morning, their poor little toe beans had to be frozen. But like I said, they were coming out of those little snuggle boxes that I made, so I'm really glad. So like I said, we have 4 of them now, 4 boxes. So that's enough for all of the kitties. So I hope that made them happy. They were meowing at me this morning because they wanted to snuggle up and have some loves. And I was like, I'm freezing. I love you. Bye. But yeah. Oh, update on Pikachu. He is doing really, really well. Thank you for all of your kind comments and concerns about him. Mango's doing fine too. You know, she never did need her pain meds. She seemed to be okay. Like, I kept watching her to see if she seemed like she was hurting, and she just didn't seem like it. So I didn't want to just drug her up because we had it. So we'll just save that in case something does happen sometime, because it's just like a liquid in a syringe. And Pikachu never needed his other pain meds either. Oh, wow. So I'm getting really close to the town that I live in, and there is actual snow on the ground. Dare I wish for a snow day. Yes, I'm just gonna say it. I'm wishing for a snow day. That would be okay with me. Yeah. All right, I'm going to be home very soon, and I'm gonna get myself together and get some rolls made and cook some supper and get in my pajamas. And I probably should work on my newsletter. Yeah, home in this. I think my poor husband is going to have to drive home in this stuff. He doesn't leave for another hour and a half, so it's likely that it's going to catch up with him too. I don't know, but this is icky. I'm glad Caitlin is already home. She went home right after school and didn't have to wait for me or anything. So she's safely ensconced in our house, nice and warm with the kitties. And I will be there soon. All right, I will chat with you next time. A big camera thing in your way, but look at the snow. Oh my gosh, there is actual like snow. This is totally not what was happening at my school. Wow, look at all that. It's really coming down. There's accumulation on the road. Weird. I am just afraid to hope for a snow day, but we shall see. You'll find out about the time I do. You'll find out when I do. Look at this craziness. It is like really coming down now. Like the closer I got to town, look at it. It's covering my windshield even. Holy moly. It looks like a blizzard out here. Whoa. Look at this. Look at my gravel road. It is pretty much covered. Wow. They don't have as much flavor as I thought they would have, but they're pretty good. That and a cup of coffee was pretty tasty. I've got French vanilla coffee made and some fresh ice water, and I'm gonna head downstairs and relax for a while. Probably watch something on YouTube. Good morning. I'm filming from a different area because I have a graph paper thing already set up over there where I usually film, and I went, oh, that's kind of in the way. I'll just try it over here. It's a little lighter here because I'm right under a light. So anyway, happy Thursday. It's the 101st day of school. Woo! And we're not doing a darn thing because tomorrow's a big hoopla for us. I did a little bit yesterday, which I showed you, and we're going to do a lot more tomorrow on Friday, which will be a lot more fun, I think. So today for Power Hour, we did one of those where you go around the room and they have to look at the cards and find them and write the answer, except that I took those cards, I screenshot them, and I put them into an editable Move It slideshow thing, and we did it that way. So they would count 3 slides worth of money, and then they would do some kind of exercise for 30 seconds. And they'd get back down, and they do the next 3 slides of counting money, and then they do another exercise. There were only 12 of them, and at the end, I went back and we went through counting each one to check them, and also to make sure that they wrote the cents sign, because that's part of our standard is writing, using the dollar sign and cent sign, writing money, and checking to make sure they counted correctly. So we did pretty well. Some of them were still a little shaky on quarters. So we had a few extra minutes when they were lined up because I'd already had them clean up, and I went, I don't want to sit them back down the rug again. Let's just do some skip counting in line. So we counted by 25s, we counted by 5s, we counted by 10s. Then I started going like, let's start from 15 and count by 10s. Let's start at 25 and count by 10s and count by 5s. And then I would say, okay, you have 1 quarter, 2 dimes, and 1 nickel. Let's count that. We did that. They did pretty well, actually. So I think Monday, I may do a Kahoot and track the data on that and see how they're doing to kind of gauge the class. And I've already talked to my partner, Para, and said, hey, what do you think about this? We'll check the data on that. And if we have like a lot of kids are having trouble with this, and these kids are doing great with that, maybe we split the groups a little differently. And you take one group that needs all these things, and I'll take the other group that needs these things, so we can more effectively help them with whatever they're having trouble with. And she goes, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Because it doesn't really matter how we split them. I'm going to have those 22 kids, however. And we've been combining them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As long as they know where to go, that's all that matters. So that's what we're going to do on Monday. We'll check them, kind of do like a little checkpoint and see how it's going. Because some of them are doing great, and some of them aren't. I just found a lunch card in my centers bins. And you know where I keep these? Let me show you. This came from clear over here. And I found it here. So I'm wearing a long sleeve V-neck t-shirt from Walmart. This is one I wear at Christmas a lot because it's red. It'll be great for Valentine's Day too. I have a sweater that came from Maurice's. It has little zippers and things for decoration. They actually do zip though, so you could just pull yourself apart like it's kind of doing right now. I have to make sure I'm not falling apart. And then I have some wintry leggings on and some black boots. I'm wearing my awesome Yode watch. The giveaway is still going, so if you haven't entered the contest, please check the link below and go fill out the little form and pick out the watch you would like to win a $100 gift card to help get. These are earrings from Old Navy. I don't know if you can see through my hair. They match. And then this is just a ring from Walmart, and my nails are about to be changed because it's nearing the 2-week mark. So I'm gonna have some Valentine nails for Monday. Okay, let me back up a little bit and maybe you can see what I'm wearing a little bit. And then I'll go show you what I'm starting in my room today. I wanted to show you how teacher versus student is going. I'm pink and they're green. 8-2 in my favor. But it's working. It's working. I know I have more, but it's going to be baby steps. I'm going to go stick this in my little extra pile in case her new card goes missing. Then I don't have to keep making them. Oh, I also could show you this that I just printed out. We're going to do this sometime. This is from Corey Markison, which is True Tales of a Teacher, I do believe. She's huge on Instagram, and she also has a TpT store. Sorry, let me put all this stuff down over here. Okay, so I saw this on her Insta stories. Super cute, and I will tell you more about it because I'm planning to do it, but it's not going to be super soon because it's like a review kind of thing. Okay, hide that card in there. Okay. Oh, got the sniffles today, really bad. It actually, you saw all the snow that we got yesterday. It didn't amount to anything. There was no snow here. There was just snow as I was headed home. But it didn't stay, it just blew away. So no snow day again. Okay, this is gonna be kind of like my calm down basket or whatever. I just grabbed this from home because I used to use these, and then I had a ton of bins left over when I was cleaning out my old room and going to this room. And so I stored them, and I thought I can use that for this. So this is Mr. Smiley. He has been with me since I started teaching. A friend got this for me for my first classroom, and he has been my mascot ever since. So they can snuggle Mr. Smiley. I also have these that I used to use for like centers or free choice on Fridays. It's a shake and search bottle. I just made those labels, and I think this is number 8. Yeah. So it's just filled with colored rice that I made. The lighting over here is really terrible. And there are little beads in here and little words in there. So if a kid is feeling frustrated, maybe they can concentrate on looking for the words in there. Plus I have 2 little squeezy balls that I got from, I think Dollar General or Target. I can't remember now. I showed you when I bought them, but honestly, I don't remember where they came from now. You know what? I just took them out today. So let's see. I cut these off. Well, here's the label. Dollar General. They came from Dollar General. So check your Dollar Generals if you want some squeezy balls. But you can even feel air when you squeeze them. So I have 2 for right now. I also have some of those squishies. Like, I think there's a cupcake and something else. There's like a hedgehog or something. I don't know. That I found in the Target dollar spot, which were actually $3. So it's the dollars spot. But I thought, you know, we'll start out with those and see how it goes. Because I have one friend in particular that just gets beyond upset about minor things, in my opinion. So I was hoping maybe that would help his frustration level go down significantly. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to put my breakfast in the microwave. Okay, I'm going to get to work because I got things to do. I need to eat my breakfast. I have some things I need to get working on, so I will check back in with you later. Ooh, before I forget, I have a surprise coming for you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Hello, it's the end of the day, and boy, am I ready to go home. But we can't go home yet because this is the day Caitlin needs to sing for the wrestling match. Yay. So we're going to hang out around here and do some things, maybe go to the store or something, and then do the singing thing and then go home. I have got paper out to make something for a sign for my door tomorrow for the 102nd day of school. And I wanted to show you something we're going to start on Monday. This is by Kara Carroll. It's Math Missions. And it's really cute. So basically there are cards that the kids fill out the answers for in their notebook, and every time they complete the mission they get a stamp on here. I'm gonna have I have a stamper somewhere for this that I used. Once they get all of the stamps for that filled out, then they earn badges. So every 10 missions earns them a badge. And there are different domains for the things. I'll just show you really quickly because we really want to go. I just went around and changed all my calendars. So it says February. So you're going to say February. And I must have thrown these away accidentally. That's February. And the one over there is February. But okay, here's my math mission box. See right here. And inside there's like a geometry. There's a measurement, algebraic thinking, numbers and operations, counting, and cardinality. So she did the different strands. And then I forgot I had these magnetic charts. How perfect is this? So I told the kids starting Monday, there would be 4 math missions that they could complete. When they finish, they're on your own page. It's the independent practice part of Go Math. When I say, oh, if you're done with your on your own page, put it on the table, then you can go get your math mission notebook and do the math missions. So they are cards like this, as you can see. And this one is going to be algebraic thinking, because the counting and cardinality and the number and operations were way too simple for my 2nd graders. So I try to make them a little more difficult, but not so difficult that my readers that are having a hard time reading couldn't read them. This table, either the table has walked over or the rug has moved. One of the two. I think it might be a combination. I don't know. Snowman interactive notebook thingies. Interactive folder. I don't know what you call it. This thing. The stuff that goes inside that. I have most everybody with their book done, ready to have stuff put in it. And I've cut them apart. So really most people just need to cut that stuff out and assemble it. So I want everyone to be like at the same step. Except I have people gone, but you know, whatever. You can only do what you can do. All right, we're gonna head out and I'll chat with you later. Well, I'm back at my school again. You can see in the background because Caitlin has to sing for a wrestling match with her girls' glee group. So we ran to Target, and I can show you what I got from there. I didn't get a lot. And we ran to Lowe's, and then we went to Walmart, and we got this most amazing dip. It's spinach dip. We got this most amazing spinach dip from Market Side from Walmart. It is so good. Oh my gosh. So we walked into the grocery side, and the lady's like, would you like a sample of bacon cheddar dip or spinach dip? And I was like, spinach dip sounds good. Yes, thank you. And because I knew Caitlin wouldn't want the bacon cheddar. And I'm not a big bacon eater anyway, so I was like, I like the spinach kind. So they gave us a little sample cup with a little bit of that and a couple of little chips, little tortilla chips. And I was like, oh my gosh, Caitlin, this stuff is awesome. Do you want to get some? I'm like, we kind of ate it through the store as we were picking up a few things. So good. Oh my gosh. So this was like $6. That is a lot of stinking dip. I mean, each of us were eating a little bit. You can see that we hardly made a dent in it. So good. I'm like, this would be great to take for like a little meeting when it's just my 2nd grade level, like PLC meetings like tomorrow. I didn't think about it early enough, so I'm not going to go back and get it now, but something to keep in mind for the future because that is amazing. Yeah. The only reason that I was going to Walmart at all was to get a hairdryer. Can you believe I found not a single hairdryer? Not a single hair device at all. No curling irons, no flat irons, nothing. I'm like, I said, Caitlin, I can't find the hair dryers. She went and looked for plants and came back. And she goes, well, that's the hair care stuff. I said, yeah, and there's a hair dryer on the sign. However, I saw no plug-in devices at all. And we looked around, we're like, what did they do with the hair dryers? Can't find them. Didn't have time to look very hard because we had to be back here. I'm like, that was the only reason I needed to go today, because when I was showing how I made those outdoor cat boxes, you know, I had written that it sparked and died. Yeah, sparks actually shot out of the hairdryer at me as I was holding it. I was like, ah! And it smoked and the breaker flipped and I went, oh my gosh, I just killed my hairdryer. Apparently it was ready to go because, I mean, I didn't do anything weird. I didn't run it very long. Like, I didn't run it as long as I would have to do my hair. I'm like, God, what if I had done it while I was doing my hair? It would have been like right here. Ah! So, Thankfully, Caitlin has the other hair dryer, that pink one that I used. And she goes, well, do you just want to use my hair dryer until you get one? I'm like, yeah. The dumb thing was, we went to Target first, right? I wasn't thinking about needing a hair dryer at Target because it wasn't on my Target list. Do you do that? You make like a Target list, a Walmart list, a Dollar Tree list, whatever, and you don't look at the other lists. That's what happened. Yeah. Grrr. So I showed you a little packet earlier from Corey Markison, who is True Tales of a Teacher, I do believe, second grade teacher in Texas. And it was the math, what the heck is that thing called? I cannot think what I'm trying to say now. Oh my gosh. The packet I showed you earlier, that's like Mathville. Good grief. So at the Target dollars spot, they have like felt little play things. I don't know how to explain it. Like play sets. There was a post office one. There was a baking one. There was an explorer one. And then I found felt play money. Well, in this Mathville thing, you set up storefronts with project boards from Dollar Tree, which I'm needing to get. And I'm going to use those for that. Because what they do is they act out the word problems. My students, some of them are super good at word problems, math stories. Some of them, all they do is look at the numbers. They don't look to see what you need to do with the numbers. They just assume that it's subtraction or addition. They don't look to see which one it actually is because they're like, well, we've just been working on addition, so it's got to be addition. I'm like, oh, it's going to be mixed pretty soon, and you need to pay attention to what they're asking. Are they asking how many are left or how many in all? Stuff like that. Look for your clues. I think that will be an awesome review for math stories. And she, the author, intentionally did not make the numbers super big so that the students could act out the stories. Because the whole point of this whole packet is for them to practice reading and understanding what the math story is asking them for. So she didn't want to make the math super hard and make the story, you know, something they had to figure out. Like she wasn't going to do triple digit stuff and have them have to do that on top of comprehending the math story. So I'm super excited. Oh, okay. So the fun part of the year is coming up right around the corner, Valentine's Day. So next big hoopla after the 102nd day. But thankfully we get a couple week break in between so they can kind of chill out for a while. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna start editing some more vlogs because I've got lots more coming up. I will see you later.